Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makapadash, the bonds to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, and citation of brothers pushing his word in truth and sincerity and with charity, and risking their lives and freedom to do so. This is your brother Yana Guy, coming from Great Millstone, Chicago Camp, coming at you with another lesson. Long one's edifying. Quick scripture of the day. You know, you can't just say, like scripture says in James 1:22, we can't be hearers of the words, but we doers. We have to be doers of the word and not hearers only. You know, and matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This is James 1:22. It says, "But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." All right. So we have to put, like the scripture says, put on as the elect, man. You know, and the elect is going to be doing this work, and preaching His word. All right. So we have a job to do. And let me go ahead and Psalms real quick. It's supposed to be a scripture of the day. This Psalms 1:1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day and night." All right. So this word is constantly, should be, everything you do should be filtered through the scriptures. It should be constantly on your heart, you know, on your mind, you know, la'ab. And, you know, if you're always in the spirit and strive to be in the spirit, lessons are going to come. All right. Hey, scriptures are going to pop up in your head while you're sitting down, you know, watching a movie, you know, in your folly. Even in the folly, man, it's spiritual. You know, you go, a lot of my lessons, you know, are things that I had conversations with, things I experienced, you know, things that just come up in our daily lives, man. You know, and we have to what? Apply this wisdom. All right. And how you apply this wisdom is filtering out everything through the scriptures and relating everything to the scriptures. You know, watching a movie, you see adultery. You know, scriptures pops up about adultery. You know, they be promoting shit in the movie, in the music. You know, do a lesson on adultery. You know, judgment. You know, there's a lot of rumors of wars. World War III is here. You know, there's constantly consistent information coming out, and the Lord provides all these things to go ahead and do this work and do your lessons, man. You know, which is gonna bring me to that John that just was gonna bring out, you know, and Slovakia. Well, I'm just 21. I'm tweaking. 21:17. All right. And, you know, people tell you that, you know, to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, people eating 3 times out the day. You know, and I'm not saying that go ahead and do 3 lessons in a day. You know, but there's so much information where you can provide a lesson a day. You know, I'm cut from it. You know, I'll be falling short, but I'll be cutting myself with the scriptures, and really got to get down and put your flesh under subjection, and have some discipline, and feed the Lord's sheep, man. If you really say you love the Lord, I can't say I love the Lord and I'm not doing anything that He commanded us to do. People say that they love the Lord, and people say that they do this and that, but they don't do anything that the Lord orders to do. And one of those things, you know, is to feed his sheep. You know, I'm over here saying that I love the Lord and, you know, I fear the Lord, but I'm not doing anything to feed the flock. That's wrong. That's going off. That's being hearers of the word and not doers. We are to be doers. Okay? We are to be doers of this word. All right? And what is love? Love is law, statutes, and commandments, and they are not grievous. This work shouldn't be grievous to do. You know, every time I do a lesson, I feel great, man. It feels better than sex, man. You know, that's a fleshly thing, you know, but it feels better than a home run. It feels better than that buzzer beater. It feels better than a fucking ice cold ice cream on a 100-degree day, man. Once you do this, do a lesson, do the work, and you pray, you know, you try to strive in the spirit, you feel good about yourself. You feel, honestly, I feel accomplished. I feel like I've done something with my time. I use my time wisely and being productive with my time, man. Instead of just acting like niggas, man. Jake spend hours with the nigga woman. Jake spend hours with their family. Jake spend hours on the game. Jake spend hours on the court. Jake spend hours doing wickedness, man. You know, and here the Lord just wants a few minutes of our time to feed his sheep, man. And scripture says that this is not our rest. All right? This is not a comfort zone. All right? This place is not a comfort zone. We don't have a continuing city here, but we seek one to come. All right? And we have to put in that work. We have to feed the flock. The sheep, man, these people, the sheep are waiting for our lessons like these motherfuckers are waiting for a new episode of their favorite show, man. You know? And then you got those niggas that just want to watch us and eat their popcorn. But you really got people that actually strive and want to learn this word. And here the Lord gave us the gift. You know, we are to let our light shine, you know, in this dark, evil, cruel world. You know, this little light of mine, I'm finna let it shine. You know, that's a spiritual song, man. You know, and you're not letting your light shine if you're not putting up these lessons, man. You're not loving the Lord if you're not feeding his sheep, feeding his flock, man. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and prove that with the scripture. All right. So you say you love the Lord, you have to feed his sheep. You have to do this work, put up those lessons. You know, and some brothers ain't long-winded, like the apostles on down, and you know, we got Elder Uriah over here. You know, but the fact that you put in that work sincerely, the Lord will not forget that labor of love, man. All right? He will not forget it, man. And you have to have faith that he won't. And that's why we can strive and continue in this work, you know? And nothing should separate us from doing this work, man. All right? It's nothing worse than a nigga that knows the truth and does nothing with it. And don't even feed the sheep, don't feed the flock, don't do nothing. All right? There's nothing worse. And scripture says that servant would be beaten with many stripes, man. I don't want to be beaten with many stripes. I want to receive salvation. I want to get beamed up. You know? You can't hope for these things if you're not putting in the work, man. All right, so this is go ahead on John 21:15. It says, so when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? And he said unto him, yeah, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. He said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, Feed my sheep. All right. This word, if you're constantly meditating on this word, constantly watching lessons, praying, these lessons are going to come. You're constantly trying to strive in the spirit, even in the folly. Lessons will come, ideas will come, scriptures are going to come. Write them down. Sometimes I'm learning that I got to start writing these down. I can't take a mental note. I forget, and then I'll forget the whole lesson, and then what? No, write these things down. So when you do have time, when you make time, people make time for the things they want to do. All right? Make time for the Lord is number one priority. Everything else revolves around the Lord, man. The Lord comes first. All right? In this household, we serve the Lord. All right? So, I'm going to read it one more time and end it off with that. This is John 21:15. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. He said unto him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things, thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, Feed my sheep. All right, so we have work to do. All right, we have a flock to take heed, to tend to, man. All right, so these lessons, should be constantly this word is getting pushed, man. All right, I don't want to be that one that, man, I wish I would have done it. I wish I would have made time. Hell no. People make time for the things they want to do. Make time for the Lord. Everything else comes second. The Lord's word comes first. Everything else follows, man. All right? It's prioritizing. And prioritizing in the truth is priority, man. All right? And that's what laying down your life, man. It's a sacrifice. That's losing your life, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do this lesson before I go ahead and go out eat or go bowling or do all types of shit. What the fuck am I gonna go bowling and do all these things if I haven't done anything spiritual? I haven't fed the sheep. The sheep are waiting. I'm over here fucking bowling. That shit is off, man. Feed the sheep. And even in the bowling, man, on the way to bowling, on the way from bowling, on the way anything to from the folly, is a sit down could get pushed, man. All right, this word has to be pushed, man. All right, love the Lord, be doers of the word and not hearers only. So I'm gonna end off with that. No one's edifying scripture today. Until next time, say shalom and a Bible ball.